Welcome to Ghouls Night Out with your hostesses, Brandee and Jodi. Hello, beautiful ghouls. Welcome. This is Brandee. I'm here with my sister, Jodi.
Hello.
So I have a creepy quote from a serial killer this week, and this is from Ed Gein. And what the quote says, it says,
"Here's what I found online."
Dude, what the heck?
I don't know.
It's the second time since I've been here. Am I saying something that's triggering it? Anyway, it says, she isn't missing. She's at the farm right now. But I have a feeling he said she ain't.
Oh, I'm sure.
Not isn't, because that's a little bit too sophisticated for him. But I'm assuming he's referring to his mother, and yeah, she's at the farm, but she's a nipple belt now.
God.
So that's creepy.
Yes, that is creepy.
Okay. Okay, so I switched it up a little bit. I don't have embarrassing moments, but I do have dumb things that people have heard, and I was kind of all over the place, so I'm going to kind of explain. The first one that I have is they worked with this girl that was an idiot.
Okay.
It says, I worked with this girl who was entitled and dumb, so we used to mess with her. Once I told her we were out of paper and asked her to call up to Office Max and have them fax us over 100 blank sheets and charge it to our account. Then we watched as she tried for a few minutes to convince the worker to fax us paper. Pretty sure she thinks the only reason it didn't work is that the guy wouldn't charge it to our account.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
To be that.
Could you imagine getting that call for the worker at Office Max?
It'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about, lady?
Fax us over some blank sheets of paper. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
That's not good.
Okay, so the next few I have are stupid customer interactions.
These are always good.
These are always good. And you're going to have to bear with me because these are conversations. So I'm going to be going back and forth saying me, customer, her, customer, or her, me, things like that. So first one, her. Hi, I'd like to order an HP printer. Me. Okay, would you like to add the printer cable? It's not included. Her. Why would I need a cable? Me. To connect to your computer. Her. Oh, honey, I don't have a computer. I just want to print some stuff off. Me. You need a computer in order to print stuff off. Her. No, my son knows a lot about computers and you are wrong.
So, what does she think? She just thinks it and then it prints it off?
I don't.
We are not that intelligent yet.
I don't know.
Sorry.
What the fuck? I mean, what do you say to the... Oh, my God. Okay. Next one. Customer. I'm allergic to anchovies, so no anchovies on my Caesar salad. Me. There are anchovies in our Caesar dressing. What would you like instead? Customer says, no, there's not. I had it last week and I didn't taste them.
Oh, my God.
Oh, then you're not allergic to anchovies, you dumbass. Okay. Well, and okay, if she doesn't want anchovies, I understand that. And we had to start telling people that we were lactose intolerant because people don't understand that we don't like cheese and we don't want to eat cheese. So we were just like, we're lactose intolerant. Please, no cheese.
Okay, first of all, you do not like cheese. You just don't eat cheese.
I don't eat cheese because it makes me feel like shit.
Well,
so we kind of, I mean...
Let's be honest here.
Oh yeah, I do.
Cheese is good.
Yeah, cheese is good. But I'm just saying, we kind of did that, be like, well,
it's easy. It makes it easier.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But don't be dumb.
Well, there's no cheese in it because I didn't taste it.
Okay. This one, I've had a similar interaction. Customer, $11.50. The deal says 2 foot-long sandwiches for $12. Me, yes, one of the sandwiches you got at regular price of $5.50, so it was cheaper. The customer, That's ridiculous. I want to see a manager. Actually, forget it. I'm never coming back. They didn't get the deal.
That was more expensive?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And they are pissed.
Oh my. I'd be like, right on.
I know. Okay, bye. Oh my God.
Wow.
I hate people. Okay. Customer, I have a coupon for a free sandwich, but I don't know where it is. Me, so you don't have a coupon. Customer, no, I said I have a coupon, but I don't know where it is. This argument lasted long enough to get the manager out of her office, in part because of how stupid it was. So you don't have a fucking coupon. Oh my God. Okay. Next one, when I worked at a bank, I had a customer come into the branch angry because his account was overdrawn. I looked at the account and noticed several checks had gone through, so I told the customer, who had gotten even madder because how could his bank account be overdrawn when he still has blank checks in his checkbook?
Oh my gosh. No.
Dude truly believed the checks were like cash.
Oh my gosh.
How is this dude still alive? How has he survived this long?
Oh my gosh. That's...
How can you be that stupid?
He needs his account taken away. And he needs to go to school. Because that's...
You have lost your bank account privileges, sir?
Yes, that's not... No, that's not right.
I know! Oh my God. Okay. A Chipotle customer asked for spaghetti noodles on his burrito while pointing to the cheese.
Now, see, that's why I could never work in some place like that, because I can't keep what I'm thinking off of my face. And I know I would be looking at these people like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I know. You can't help it.
There's no way. Cheese and noodles. Noodles taste like
Why
nothing.
would you put spaghetti noodles on your burrito? If that's really what you thought it was, oh my God. Oh my God. Okay.
Those noodles sure do taste good. They taste like cheese.
Oh, I would die. You'd be like, oh my gosh.
How about those noodles that taste like cheese on my burrito, please?
And you know they probably had like a sign right there that said cheese.
Probably said cheddar cheese.
Yes. Oh my God. Okay. Next one. Customer. How many slices are in a large pizza? Me, 8. Customer. What about a medium? Me, 8. Customer. Okay, wise guy. How many slices in a small? Me, 8. Customer. How can a large and a small have the same number of slices? Me, because we cut them all the same number of times. Customer. Bullshit. That doesn't make sense. Let me talk to your manager. I called the manager over and he had the exact same conversation with the customer. Dude!
They're smaller slices!
It's still
Oh my God. That hard.
Oh my God. Oh, next one. I worked in inbound sales at a call center once, and we had a customer ask to pay cash over the phone. I thought they were joking and said, yeah, just send it right over the receiver. There was a pause, and then I hear, no, seriously, how do I pay cash over the phone?
Oh my God.
Be like, oh, just look for the slot in the handset. I'll hold.
Wow.
Oh my God. Okay.
Oh, that's...
I know. Okay. I know. I was going to warn everybody that these might make us sad. Okay. Next one, I had an argument with a customer that there is no such thing as an uppercase 5. So when he was typing in his email password, he was typing in a % instead of a 5. Because there's... Oh my God.
Gosh.
Oh my God. Okay. The ice dispenser broke at a fast food joint I used to work at. As a temporary fix, while we waited for the repair guy to come take a look at it, we set out a giant serving bowl full of ice with tongs so people could still ice their drinks. About 10 minutes after putting out the ice bowl, a customer comes up to me to complain that the machine wasn't dispensing ice. I tell him, we know a repair guy has been called, but he's not here yet. In the meantime, there's a bowl next to the soda fountain, so you can still get ice. The guy immediately gets an attitude about it. How do I know the ice hasn't been sitting out there all day? I stare at him for a good few seconds before saying, because it's still solid.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Because it's not water.
Oh my God. Like, how do you argue with that? I mean, how? Oh my God. I just can't.
I'm telling you, I would look at these people and they would get even madder.
And you would get fired.
Because my face would say, what the fuck is wrong with you, dumbass?
Seriously. How are you this stupid and still alive? Oh my God.
How do they tie their shoes?
Yeah.
In the morning.
I mean, tying shoes is way more complicated than ice. Water and liquid and solid and gas. Next one, worked at a Chick-fil-A, and a customer pointed to our lemonade dispenser. On it, it says lemon, sugar, and water. The customer asked for a lemon, sugar, water drink. I repeat back, a lemonade? His replied, no, the lemon, sugar, water drink.
So, lemonade, thanks.
Next! Oh my God. Okay, the next few are quotes that people have heard dumb people say. First one, silk shirts are expensive because they have to train the silkworms to weave the shirts. That's very hard work and very expensive.
Okay.
Next one. A girl I knew said she didn't drink water because it dehydrates you. She would only drink sports drinks.
Okay.
Wow. I'm a pastry chef. Years ago, I was working in a small bakery. The new front of house employee shows up, and I'm about to bake bread. I ask her to hand me the yeast, and she says, oh, wait, like a yeast infection? That's in my bread?
Oh my God.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Okay, when I was in law school, they were increasing security in the building. They let us vote on whether we wanted key fobs or an ID card. I heard some 1L students, which I'm assuming are like freshman law students, you know, like first year law students,
Yeah.
engaging in a conversation about how the key swabs would be too much of an invasion of privacy, and how at least the ID cards wouldn't require a DNA sample.
What?
I'm pretty sure they thought that they took a cheek swab and had to match their DNA to get in the building.
Oh my gosh.
These are law students.
Wow. We are
Aren't
fucked.
they supposed to be smart?
We are fucked.
Oh my God. Dude. Okay. This one's bad. This one's bad. I work at a Home Depot, the paint department. Oh, this is another customer one. So the customer says, hey, this tarp is 8 by 11. I need one that's 11 by 8.
Oh my.
Me laughing. That's funny. The customer has a deadly serious look. Me, wait, are you serious? Customer, yeah, I'm fucking serious. Me, just turn it? Customer, oh, just turn it, huh, guy? I'll go to Lowe's and find someone who knows what the fuck they're talking about. Me, laughing again. Okay, dude. I still doubt someone there is that stupid. I wonder if I was just being messed with. I really doubt it.
No, I'm sure whoever that was serious.
Stupid.
I swear there are people out there that just argue to argue.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Like
they've
they
had
can't
a bad
help
day,
themselves.
or it's like in their DNA. I don't know. Yeah, fuck those people. Mm-hmm. Okay, my sister in Canada. I've always wanted to see how they celebrate the 4th of July in other countries.
Oh my God.
Okay. This one says, aw, dear Anita, She said, I don't know how anyone could use recycled toilet paper. That's just gross. Someone had to point out it wasn't used toilet paper being used again. What you think, like, poopy toilet paper came on? What the fuck? I mean, really? Oh my god. Okay. Next one. During a trip to America, I visited a restaurant called Noble Romans. The kid working there told me I had a funny accent. I told him I was English. He replied, your English is pretty good. What do they speak over there?
Oh my god.
Next one.
Like I said, we're fucked.
Okay, next one. Had a teacher from my high school get busted for kiddie porn. Girlfriend and I were chatting about how awful and fucked up it is, just for her to do a little pause and finally ask, I mean, how do you even get cats to do that on command like that?
Oh my god.
Not kitties. Kitty.
Either one is bad.
Exactly.
But wow.
But the whole conversation, she thought they were talking about cats. I mean, to have that realization, and that's your girlfriend, dude.
I hope he broke up with her.
Seriously. Stupid.
Don't want to have kids with that one.
No, she's stupid. Heard someone say, I can always tell whether they're using real dinosaurs or not.
What?
I'm assuming in movies. Right?
That's what I assumed, but what?
Oh my gosh. I have a hint. They're always using fake dinosaurs.
I think so.
Oh my god. Okay.
Unless you got one in your bathroom or backyard somewhere.
Next one, worked as a tutor in a walk-in math tutoring lab. 2 girls came in to do homework. One said to the other, make sure you turn the heat up in your car after your tanning appointment. It'll help hold the tan better, like when you bake things. I then had to help these girls with math homework for 2 hours.
Oh my god.
Not fun. God, what idiots. This one's fantastic. This one's another customer, conversation. Customer, hey, what are these black things on the sushi rolls? The server says, I don't know. I'll ask the kitchen. I hear the kitchen staff say black sesame seeds. The server goes back to the table and I guess not wanting to appear racist, tells the customer, those are African American sesame seeds.
Oh my gosh.
Dude. Like, seriously? Seriously?
African American.
African American sesame seeds.
That's almost worse.
I know.
Like black.
Oh my god. What the fuck? Okay, next one. Buddy's girlfriend sitting next to us on the couch the morning after a night out drinking. We're all kind of tired of watching TV, but decided to get food. We were watching football and paused the DVR, and she absolutely 100% seriousness asked, hey, that doesn't seem right. Doesn't that stop it for everyone? Everyone was speechless.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Like, what does she think? Really? What do they think? I don't understand.
You would never, with all the people that hit pause on everything, nothing would ever be finished.
No, the whole world would be paused all the time. So, like, do you really think? Okay.
All you could do is feel sorry for these people.
Exactly. Like, Okay, and my last dumbass for the week. Working in retail, a customer came up to me and in a very angry tone. Oh, this is not my last one, sorry. Working in retail, a customer came up to me and said in a very angry tone, what is that noise? You need to tell your manager to fix whatever it is. It's rain. Oh, it was raining outside. Fix that! God. And my last dumbass for the week. A girl I know got a nose job. When I complimented her on her new look, she said, "I didn't do it for me. I didn't want my kids to be born with big noses."
Oh my God.
I am 100% not selfish.
Okay.
That
was rough.
I know, and
Wow.
I knew it would make us a little sad and scared, but we'd get a laugh.
Oh,
so.
yeah, it's definitely funny. That's for sure. And scary.
Yes, and sad.
All right, this week I did Ghosts of Connecticut,
Okay.
the Lighthouse Inn in New London. When taken at face value, the Lighthouse Inn seems to be a fairly upmarket choice of accommodations, which many describe as having a bit of a resort feel to it. However, all is not as it seems, because the Lighthouse Inn is also offers some of the most haunted accommodation in Connecticut. There are several rooms in the property that are said to be haunted, with the two most well-known ghosts being a couple of Victorian ladies, each with their own tragic tale to tell.
Ooh.
The first of these female entities is said to be a young bride who died tragically at the hotel on her wedding day. As the story goes, she was coming downstairs dressed in her wedding gown when she slipped and broke her neck in a fall.
Oh.
Guests often report seeing the bride still in her gown as she roams the halls. She's been seen in many of the guest rooms, and on occasion she can be found sitting quietly in a corner reading a book.
What? That's weird.
That is weird. And what about the other one?
Well, they didn't want to share that one, I
Guess
guess.
not.
That's weird, though, because that sounds to me like a residual.
Uh-huh.
But, I mean, why would she read a book on her wedding day?
I don't know.
That's weird.
Of course, that's something I would probably do.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you had time to kill.
Yeah.
But,
Of course, I didn't, but I don't think. No, I don't think I did. Heritage Inn, New Milford. The Heritage Inn in New Milford, Connecticut was originally built back in 1870 as a tobacco house. However, it was converted into a guest house sometime in the late 20th century and is now said to be haunted by a pair of friendly spirits. For the most part, these ghosts do seem to keep themselves to themselves, hanging out in a couple of the upstairs guest rooms. However, guests do feel their presence, and every now and then someone complains of being tapped on the head by an unseen force.
ooh, no. I don't like people touching my head anyway, but something I can't see?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
The Curtis House Inn in Woodbury. Woodbury's Curtis House Inn also has a reputation for being one of the most haunted inns in Connecticut. The property is known to be one of the oldest inns in the state, and its claim to fame is an appearance of Gordon Ramsay's Hotel Hell television show. The celebrity chef is one of many guests who have encountered Betty, the spirit that is believed to be haunting room 16 of the hotel. The most common reports here concern guests have their blankets either pulled off of them or tucked in tighter during the night. In general, it is men who experience this, as Betty looks after them. However, there are also reports of a male apparition stamping into the room and removing his boots. Homespun Farm Bed and Breakfast in Griswold. Homespun Farm Bed and Breakfast.
You always do that. Bread and breakfast.
I know. Is one of the most well-known haunted inns that Connecticut has to offer. It is a stunning property featuring its own orchards, a beautiful garden, and a koi pond. It also has its share of paranormal activity. The property is said to be haunted by a friendly entity known as Old Man Simon, who is believed to be the original owner, Simon Brewster. He often hangs around the gardens, overseeing the current owners as they tend to the orchards and garden. There have also been reports that his wife haunts the house as well. She's been seen and heard walking up the stairs at nighttime, and is described as keeping a watchful eye over her former home. Yankee Peddler Inn in Torrington. The Yankee Peddler Inn was built back in 1891 and is believed to be one of the oldest inns in all of New England. It was built by Frank and Alice Conley and was originally known as the Conley Inn. When the Conleys both passed away in 1910, it seems that they may have chosen to stick around. Guests often report strange noises, a rocking chair moving, and even disembodied voices in room 353, which is apparently where Alice Conley died. There have also been reports of Frank's apparition appearing in room 295 regularly. Many visitors say that the ghosts of the Yankee Peddler Inn love to indulge in a spot of hide-and-seek. They are often seen as indistinct, wispy white figures from the corner of the witness's eye, but will vanish if the person turns toward them.
That's the worst, though, because you don't know if it's there or not.
I know. I often see things out of the corner of my eye, and I know it's not.
I always do that. Half of the time, it's my hair.
Yeah, it's your hair, or I think I see stuff because, like, I stare at a computer all day long, and I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I always see stuff like lights and even like darker things, or and like I said, a lot of time it's my hair. Yeah. Or, you know, just logical explanations, but you're like, what is that?
Yeah. Litchfield Inn in Litchfield. The Litchfield Inn is said to be home to the spirit of a Native American lady haunting the kitchen and dining room, and one guest reported a lady sitting on his bed. Captain Grant's Bed and Breakfast in Preston. Captain Grant's Inn is a stunning historic bed and breakfast that dates all the way back to before the American Revolution. It is listed on the National Register of Historic Places, and throughout its long history it has welcomed all manner of weary travelers, ranging from continental soldiers to escaped slaves on the run. It is now one of the most haunted hotels in Connecticut, with multiple ghosts in residence, including the spirit of a woman and her 2 children, who mostly appear in the Adelaide room.
Have they all been inns so far? Like hotels or bed and breakfasts, or?
It seems like it.
Jeez.
Oh, well, that was all I had for the ghosts of
They were
Connecticut.
all inns, I think. Or like hotels.
Yep.
It really makes me scared to stay in a hotel now. Is every hotel haunted?
Since there weren't that many of those, I looked up some like urban legends of Connecticut. This one is Little People Village in Middlebury. A crumbling village of tiny houses resides in the woods of Middlebury, and naturally, speculation about its curious origins turned into urban legends of the creepy variety. What appears to be a throne also exists, which, according to local lore, will curse anyone who sits in it to die in 7 years. One explanation tells of a man who was married to a witch who began fraternizing with fairy folk in the woods. The woman demanded her husband's construct stone homes for her spirits of the woods, so he did. Another story leaves out the witch wife and claims a man living alone went mad. Hearing the voices of little people commanding him to build the village supposedly drove him insane, and he eventually took his own life. Many believe the spirits of the tiny, mischievous beings still lurk in the ruins of their little village. If you're there long enough, you'll hear their whispers and be driven insane yourself.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah.
I want to go there.
It's like, why is there a village of little tiny houses in the middle of the woods?
Oh my gosh.
That's weird.
That is creepy. I love that.
A tribe of melonheads roams wild.
What?
While the legend spans way more land than just Milford, Connecticut, the melonhead tale certainly feels the most prominent there. This is especially on Zion Hill Road, also known as Melonhead Road. According to locals, a tribe of humanoids with giant heads lives on the outskirts of town, like something out of The Hills Have Eyes. Melonheads are uncivilized and dangerous, living in the wild like animals, and have apparently been spotted in various parts of Connecticut, Ohio, and Michigan. In Connecticut, the origins of the Melonheads range from a group of escaped mental patients to the experiments of a mad scientist.
Oh no.
That's creepy.
That is totally creepy.
Downs Road in Bethany is all kinds of haunted. Closed off on both ends, the infamous Downs Road in Bethany is allegedly plagued with every kind of creepy you ever imagined outside your window or under your bed. A popular spot for high schoolers and teenage shenanigans, the land supposedly gives off a negative vibe that fills visitors with feelings of dread and despair. Reports of shadowy figures darting down the stretch of road come alongside sightings of melon heads and UFOs in the area. The road even hosts its own creature, the Downs Road Monster, described as a 4-foot-tall Yeti-like beast that lurks within the forest.
Oh my, that's scary.
Eerie piano music plays underneath Gardner Lake.
What?
Back in 1899, a homeowner on Gardner Lake in Salem, Connecticut, decided to buy a new plot across the lake and planned to wait until it froze over to scoot his house on over to its new lot. Everything was going smoothly until the team left the house on the ice overnight and returned to find it partially leaning in the water, the ice having cracked under its weight. All they could do was get some of the furnishings and valuables out. The piano in the parlor was too heavy, so it got left behind and the entire house completely sank into the spring.
Oh.
To this day, people hear music playing that seems to be floating up out of the lake. The only source anyone can come up with for the haunting melody is the piano, still sitting in the perfectly preserved house at the bottom of Gardner Lake. There are no ghost stories attached to the house, so some chalk it up to a kind of witchcraft, a natural fit in a town called Salem.
Whoa, that's creepy. I'd like to see pictures of the perfectly preserved house under the lake.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Guntown Cemetery in Naugatuck is full of ghosts. Credited with being the most haunted cemetery in Connecticut, Guntown Cemetery boasts no especially famous specters. Rather, its fame stems from a high amount of supernatural activity. According to witnesses, beings will often appear as full-bodied apparitions, and many witnesses do not realize they were seeing ghosts until they vanish. The two most frequently seen are a young boy playing around the headstones and a man who walks up and down the path at night with a lantern in hand. Additionally, strange mists and spirit orbs run rampant amongst its tombstones, and people also reported the sound of children laughing and of seeing a solid black dog. Famed demonologist Ed and Lorraine Warren declared the cemetery to be officially haunted, so you know something must be up.
It's a black dog again. It's like a hellhound.
I don't know why, but all of a sudden I'm like all stuffed up. And it was like literally all of a sudden.
I do that a lot when I'm drinking.
Really? The Winstead Wild Man. Connecticut's Winstead Wild Man stands 7 feet tall and was first seen in 1895. According to the inaugural descriptions in the Winstead Evening Citizen, he literally appears more man than animal in appearance, ruling out the legendary Bigfoot as being the culprit. Tall, furry, agile, and very naked, the wild man causes a stir in town shortly after the first reported sighting.
Well, yeah.
After scaring everyone half to death, he returned to the forest and remained unseen for 80 years. He re-emerged in late July of 1972, and sightings continued until September of 1974, ending as abruptly as they began for the second time. Some speculate the wild man may actually have been a real man, Arthur Beckwith, an escaped mental patient who ended up roaming the countryside.
I mean, would that be possible that that would be an actual dude? Because, I mean, with a span of over 80 years.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. There's no way.
Yeah. I mean, unless he lived to be really, really old, or it's something supernatural.
I don't know. I don't think anyone would be running around after 80 years.
No, that's not the first time that I've heard something like, oh, well, this thing showed up, but then 100 years later they see it again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that doesn't really make much sense.
No, it doesn't. The Dudleytown Curse. Dudleytown, also known as the Village of the Damned, was co-founded by the Dudley family, a family allegedly cursed back in England in 1510 when Edmund Dudley was beheaded for conspiring to overthrow King Henry VIII. A scourge was put on his descendants, ensuring death and tragedy would surround them. With or without the Dudleys, Dudleytown seemed to be a magnet for freak occurrences. The town featured an unusual amount of disappearances, cases of insanity, and bizarre deaths. Around 1759, a mysterious plague swept through the town and took the lives of many. Allegedly, General Herman Swift, who had served under George Washington in the Revolutionary War, had lived in Dudleytown. In 1804, his wife Sarah Fay was struck by lightning and killed instantly on their front porch. The general himself went insane and died soon after. John Patrick Brophy was one of the last residents of the town. Many had already moved away, died, or simply vanished. The Brophy family seemed to become the curse's new focus. Starting with the death of his wife, the curse also caused both of his children to vanish into the forest just after their mother's funeral. Aww. The Brophy's house ended up burning to the ground, and Brophy himself soon vanished into the forest as well. He and his children were never found. In the 1900s, Dudleytown was completely deserted and the forest reclaimed much of the village. But the dark entity driving the curse was still out there. So when Dr. William Clark came to Cornwall, fell in love with the empty forest, and purchased 1,000 acres, including Dudleytown, the beast began to stir. One summer, Dr. Clark ran off to New York and left his wife alone in their home. He returned 36 hours later to find her completely insane and rambling about creatures living in the forest.
Oh.
She committed suicide soon after. Today, supernatural enthusiasts visit Dudleytown in hopes of capturing proof of ghosts, demons, and the creatures in the woods.
Oh my gosh, that's creepy.
And that's all I got.
All right. I have got a few stories this week about the creepiest things that divers have seen while diving in the sea. First one. I was diving with some friends and found a fisherman's glove with a hand still inside it.
Ew.
We brought the glove to the local police, and they told us they hadn't received any kind of report of a guy missing a hand.
Oh, well, that's probably because the rest of him is still in the, was it lake or ocean?
It doesn't say. But diving, well, I guess it could be either. I don't know.
Yeah.
Next one, me and two buddies were on a night dive in the Puget Sound hunting prawns.
Is that Puget?
Probably. What'd I say?
Pugnant?
Yeah, there's no N. You know what I meant.
Okay.
It was about 1 a.m. and we were a good 100 feet deep, the darkest black you could imagine. We used to do this thing on night dives where we would get in a circle, turn off our lights, and then stir up the water and watch the bioluminescence float around us like floating stars in a black watery space. It was beautiful.
I'm sorry, that sounds scary to me.
It's totally scary.
That does not sound fun.
No. I wouldn't mind seeing pictures of it maybe because they say it's beautiful.
Yeah.
But no. Only this time we turned off our lights, stirred up the water, and the water glows just enough to reveal a fourth person sitting in our circle.
What? A live person?
We were at a dive resort, so it wasn't so odd to see another diver, only it was 1 a.m. We'd seen no one else prepping to dive at the dock. He was also alone, which was odd considering the dangerous conditions of the night dive in those waters. He had on no fins or gloves. I don't know how he swam so well without fins, or didn't get hypothermia without boots or gloves. We wore dry suits because it was so cold, and this dude was in a wetsuit with exposed skin. We thought we saw a giant gash on one of his legs, so the three of us all noticed him, and were too fucking scared to move. I can still hear my buddies panting in their regs, and the guy just smiles, waves, and swims away. Whenever you think you're alone and someone just shows up, like in an alley at night, it's weird. 100 feet underwater is terrifying.
Oh my gosh, I wonder who it was.
I don't know. And like, what's he doing? And what was he like? Oh, what are these guys doing? He just waves. You guys having a party? Can I join? That's fucking weird. Oh my God. Okay. Next one, I was diving off the Florence, Oregon coast with some friends, and we found a body on the ocean floor in the creepiest condition possible. He was a surfer who'd gone missing a few days prior, so he wore a wetsuit with his legs, arms, and head exposed. Crabs had eaten the flesh from his exposed bits, so basically he was a torso with a skull and skeletal limbs. That's why I don't like the water.
That's not the only reason I don't like the water, but
With the amount of dead bodies in bodies of water,
no,
it's all just sludge. It's no. Okay. Next one, while water skiing on a lake in Louisiana, I flew off. I landed pretty much on top of an alligator. I kind of felt my leg hit him, and we were eye to eye when I gasped for air. Then he went under. The moments after that were the most terrifying moments of my life. I was so certain I'd feel him bite my foot any second and drag me under. I started screaming and couldn't stop until the boat was back to me. You don't realize how long 2 or 3 minutes is until you're alone in open water. Never again for me. Yeah, no. No, thank you. Okay, next one. I was a teen and snorkeling with my dad in Hawaii, really enjoying ourselves, tons of fish and some smaller sea turtles, and no other people. All of a sudden, a sea turtle the size of a Mini Cooper starts swimming towards us. Came completely out of the dark of the ocean. No! Scared the piss out of me, literally. I've never swam back to shore so fast in my life. We got back to shore. I walked around some cliffs and could see the turtle's shell on the surface. It was easily the size of a small car.
Oh my gosh.
Fuck that.
No way.
No, that's fucking scary.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I know. Next one, I was diving a spear fishing spot. I'm assuming in a spear fishing spot, about 30 miles offshore. I was 60 feet underwater. There I was swimming along when I noticed them, a school of mahi-mahi. There were maybe 30 or 40 of them. These fish were all between 2 and 5 feet long. They were so beautiful, and their sides flashing all different colors. That's when I felt a tug on my leg. I looked down at my legs to see a 12-foot tiger shark pulling on my dive fin and taking me along for the ride. In a second, he had ripped the fin off my foot. The shark then swam away, but kept circling just at visual range. I think he was still curious about how I tasted. I kept an eye on him the whole time I was swimming back to the boat. Scariest moment I've ever had in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, your body parts are going to get bitten off by a giant thing. That's... No. I like kayaking when I get the chance, but one day in a lake up in Glacier Nation Park, Montana, I saw a small boat. A tiny, vintage-looking motorboat. The little tiny mini speedboats you always see in 70s movies in Miami or something. Just a few feet underwater, perfectly preserved. I could reach down and touch it. There were no signs of damage, no signs of why it sunk. It was eerie. I had to leave because for some reason it just freaked me out. The idea of something could sit inches from the air but still submerged for years probably. It made me so uncomfortable and I don't know why. That is weird.
I probably would have tried to bring it up and make me some money off of it.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you see something and you don't... I mean, if it doesn't seem right being there, like a boat, why would a boat be at the bottom with no physical damage or, it's just, that's weird. I can see why it would freak them out. Next one, I spent a week snorkeling and diving in the Keys. Barracudas are terrifying. I saw a couple sharks and they ignored me. The barracudas, though, they're curious. I vividly remember being a few feet underwater and looking over my shoulder to see a nasty row of barracuda teeth about 4 feet away from me. I swam away as calmly as I could for a full minute, stopped, looked over my shoulder, and the thing was in the exact same spot 4 feet away from me. Like I hadn't even moved.
It was stalking him.
That. No. It's horrible. Next one, I was diving off the coast of Fiji and we went through a natural tunnel, like a 10-meter cave/passage through a rock formation. So we start swimming through the cave and suddenly the light was weird, like a blue tint from the water had been replaced by a red one. Now, all the divers will know that this isn't only weird because the color changed, but also because red is the first color to disappear after a certain depth, usually between 30 feet and 40 feet. We were over 70 feet deep, so bear in mind this was late morning on a sunny day. So imagine the scene, me and my dive buddy going through an underwater cave, and suddenly everything, for no apparent reason, is tinted red, a color that you are literally supposed to be unable to see while diving at that depth during the day. Upon exiting the cave, everything was back to blue. I thought it was just me, so I didn't signal to go back up. After the dive, my buddy asked me if I had seen the water tint red too. We can't explain it, and the folks from the local dive shop had no idea what we were talking about. That's interesting. I wonder what happened.
Well, usually when you think of red water, it's blood.
Yeah, but they did say it was like a light. I don't know. Yeah, just stay out of the water, and then you won't have to worry about it.
Really?
Next one, I'm not entirely sure how to explain this next dive. I was on the bottom, laying on my back, staring up towards the surface. All I could see were varying shades of darkness. Suddenly, I came to my senses. I had no memory of how I got there. I realized I couldn't remember getting into the water or even why I was there. I tried to will my body to stand up, but realized I couldn't move. I couldn't control my body. Over the comms, I could hear Topside instructing the other diver to find me. How long I had been down there, how long had I been missing. He told Topside that they grabbed him, and I tried to shout out, but I couldn't even do that. After a few frantic minutes, the communication between the diver and Topside, I noticed the shadow growing clear. It was moving towards me. Topside, I found him. He reached down and grabbed my harness and dragged me back to our dive stage. As he pulled me up, I rolled over and got a brief glance at my surroundings. I had been laying on a pile of human bones. That's weird. I wonder if he had gone maybe too far and passed out?
I don't know.
That's weird.
That's weird.
Next one, on the way to a job we were contracted to perform, our propeller became fouled. I suited up and prepared to make a quick dive to remove the fouling. I did a brief inspection and located thick line wrapped around the propeller and shaft. I noticed the supervisor, who then lowered the canvas bag with the tools I needed to cut it off. I hung the bag from the shaft and began freeing the propeller. It didn't take long, and I returned to my tool bag. I noticed a strange crunching sound when I dropped the tools in the bag. When I looked in the bag, it was full of large shells, many of which I had just crushed. After getting out of the water and stripping off my gear, I began examining.
Examinating?
What the heck? What is wrong with me?
We made a new word.
I'm just going to stick with
examinating.
I was examining the shells. Jesus. The shells had what appeared to be hieroglyphics etched in them. I learned from the other senior guys that it wasn't common, but had happened several times to them before. So it's like mystery shells.
That's weird.
They had to examinate. God. Oh, Lord. Okay. Waded up to my neck in a man-made lake, stepped on something that didn't feel quite right. I went back to the shore and told my teacher that something squishy and hard was under the water. She dismissed me. I went to the lifeguard and told him the same thing. He sprinted out into the water and pulled up a body. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
And my last one. Once I was going along a common route between two underwater waypoints when I found a small shiny object on the sand. I recognized it as part of an assembly which fits on top of the air tank and connects to the breathing regulator. Now, this is something you can't breathe without, so it creeped the heck out of me to think about the story of how such a crucial item had ended up there. That creepy.
Don't sound good.
No. So those were my creepy diving stories for
I
the
hate
week.
water.
Oh my gosh, I know. Me too.
I didn't used to. When I was little, it didn't bother me at all. But it's like as you get older, the
realization of
learn what goes on.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, when you're young, you're naive and you think that nothing, I mean, you don't think about like
Anything.
exactly,
Really.
exactly. You just do what you want to
Like,
do.
oh, this is fun. La, la, la,
Exactly.
la, la, la.
Oh, water. No. Super creepy.
Okay, it's time for the witty wrap up.
Yay, way to wrap up.
Chris got this for me. These are ridiculous excuses for not showing up at work.
Oh, no.
Employee's 12-year-old daughter stole his car and he had no other way to get to work. He didn't want to report the theft to the police for fear his daughter would get a criminal record.
What? Oh my gosh, that belonged in my dumbass people from the beginning.
I think a lot of these are going to belong in that. Employee's cervix was hurting them. The employee was male.
Shut up. Be like, oh, I can't come in, my dick hurts. What do you think they would say? Like,
you need to go to the clinic. Got something wrong with you. Employee said a refrigerator fell on him. It just fell. It was drunk and it fell on me. Employee's sobriety device wouldn't allow him to start his car.
Oh my God.
That is not a good excuse.
No, I would lie.
Employee forgot he was hired for the job.
What? What? Oh my God.
Employee was in line at a coffee shop when a truck transporting flour backed up and dumped the flour into her convertible.
Oh my gosh, I wonder if that's true.
I don't know. This sounds an awful lot like Back to the Future to me.
Yeah. Except it's not shit. It's flour. And why would a coffee shop have flour?
I don't know. Yeah. Employee said a deer bit him during hunting season.
Yay, dear!
It's like, you're stupid, and bit him.
Not a very good hunter, I'm thinking.
Employee claimed her bus was delayed before producing a handwritten note signed by the bus driver.
What? Was she late or did she not come in?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine that bus driver, that poor bus driver? She's probably like, I'm going to need a note.
Employee thought she had won the lottery.
Oh,
she was mistaken.
Oh, shit. You think it was one of those fake lottery tickets and like her boyfriend did that to her?
I could never do that to someone. That is just cruel.
That is cruel.
That is so mean.
It is, because that's like life change. I mean, that's
could you imagine if you thought you won and then found out someone was playing a joke on you? Oh my God.
I would kill them.
I would probably be in jail.
Yeah.
That
I would at least punch them in the face. At least. That's not funny.
That's not something you play around with.
No.
Employee fell out of bed and broke his nose.
Oh. Wow.
Employee claimed her dog was having a mental breakdown.
Oh, that's my next excuse. Forget about the hurting dick.
Employee accidentally flushed their car keys down the toilet.
Really? Oh.
Whatever.
No.
Employee was feeling all the symptoms of his expecting wife. What
Get the fuck to work.
ever?
Fuck you. Get to work. He probably had like a itty bitty pang of something. He was like, oh my God. This must be what childbirth feels like.
Oh, whatever. Employee ate too much at a party and needed a day off to digest.
Shut up. No.
People actually tell their bosses
I ate too much.
I ate too much and I was miserable.
Oh my God.
I couldn't work. Employee said he had to help deliver a baby on the way to work.
Okay.
I don't even know how that would be possible.
I guess you never know.
Employee said an escaped buffalo from a game reserve kept charging at her every time she tried to go to her car from her house.
That's really funny.
Employee had a bad case of the hiccups.
What? Are you fucking serious? Oh my god.
Employee said a skunk had gotten into his house and sprayed all over his uniforms.
Seriously. Oh my god. I just can't.
I would be more embarrassed telling somebody these things than...
I would say I have the shits.
Yeah.
I can't come in. Not that. Oh my god.
Employee claimed they had cut their fingernails too short and needed to go to the doctor to stem the bleeding.
Shut up. Oh my god. These can't be real. These can't be real.
Employee felt it was too cold to leave the house. Employee felt it was too nice outside to be in the office.
That's actually legit. I get that.
Employee was emotionally upset after watching the Hunger Games.
Oh my god. I need a mental health day because I watched the Hunger Games. And that shit could happen.
Employee had to nurse a headache after attending too many garage sales in one weekend.
That is going to give you a headache. Oh my god.
Employee hurt his back while chasing a beaver.
What? You know, too many details.
Yeah,
and
that's TMI.
Yeah.
Sorry. Don't want to know about your beaver.
Or lack of beaver.
Yeah, really. No means no.
But I hurt my back. For you.
Employee poked herself in the eye while combing her hair.
Oh shit. I can't come to work.
Employee said his wife had put every last pair of his underwear in the washing machine.
Oh my god. So, don't wear any? Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, these people are stupid. Employee was arrested as a result of mistaken identity.
Oh, of course. Mm-hmm. It wasn't me.
Employee's doctor told her she needed more vitamin D, so she was taking a day off to go to the beach.
That's legit.
Employee accidentally drank antifreeze and had to go to the hospital.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Employees said they chugged a bottle of mouthwash thinking it was Powerade and was now violently sick as a result. How do you...
You don't. Oh my god.
Seriously.
That is the worst excuse ever.
Employees said their legs had fallen asleep while they sat on the loo. When they stood up, they fell and broke their ankle.
Oh my god.
Okay, even if that was true, that is not something I'd be spreading around.
No.
Sorry.
And how do you fall and break your ankle like that? That doesn't, unless...
And why are you sitting on the toilet for so long that your legs go numb?
I'm not sure
You
about
have
that.
issues.
Yeah.
You need to go to the doctor.
Okay, so maybe a day off would be good for that person.
Employee had a lucky night and did not know where he was.
Oh. You better find out, man.
Employee was at a bowling alley and a bucket of water crashed through the ceiling and hit her on the head.
What? I can't come to work.
Employee's hair was still orange from Halloween.
What? Oh my god.
So you suck it up and you go to work with orange hair. Employee blamed their cat for unplugging their alarm clock.
Well, I get that.
Cats.
I'm pretty sure the cat unplugged your microphone last week.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I think that's what happened.
I'm pretty sure that's probably what happened. news. Shut up. Employee forgot to come back to work after lunch.
Oh, yeah, that is definitely something that you have to make a note of so you remember.
Employee forgot what day of the week it was.
Oh my God,
I thought it was Saturday. Who knew?
oh my gosh.
Employee forgot they were getting married today.
Wow.
And that's
Are
all I
you
got.
freaking serious? Oh my gosh.
They were all stupid.
All stupid. Okay, well, thank you for listening. We really appreciate it. Rate, review, subscribe wherever you listen. That will really help our numbers. We need more listeners. So tell everybody you know. Look us up on Facebook. You can also recommend and review us on Facebook. Send in your stories. We want stories, scary stories, funny, anything for the witty wrap up.
UFOs.
Yeah, anything.
Let us know if you've seen Bigfoot.
Yeah, we want to know if you have had a conversation with him.
Send us your favorite moments because we have our year anniversary coming up.
Right.
And so far, nobody
Not one person.
has said anything.
Nothing. So,
Please send us
send us anything. Anything.
Whatever. We don't care.
GhoulsNightOutPodcast@gmail.com, or you can get a hold of us on Facebook. That's fine. Anything else?
Not that I can think of.
All right. Thanks again for listening. We will talk to you next week.
Later.
Bye.